Saturday, October 11th, the eve of week 6, Sunday, week 6 at least. Week 6 is already underway as we went live after the Thursday night game. And we have a Europe game, so keep that in mind. I need to announce that to all our leagues. So we got at least one more European game. I don't know if there's more. Usually, if I remember correctly, they do a couple more later on, maybe in like November. But I think we have at least a week. Oh no, looks like there's one next week too. So never mind. Looks like they're just kind of doing them all in a row. We have 2 Monday night games again, so that's becoming a thing. It's the 1 hour start, 1 hour apart start. So you have a 5:15, 4:15, 7:15 West East Coast time, and then 9:15 is the other one. And then the following week we have another 2 games. Your Buccaneers are playing early that week, so
great against the Lions too. Looks like I'm not going to work. No.
5 o'clock or 4 o'clock it starts for you. But yeah, we are here answering your questions. As always, guys, make sure to hit the like button for us. That's all we ask. It gets more eyes on the video. And let's just get right to it. We got Jeff here. Worthy or born? And Steelers defense or Packers defense? So Worthy or born? I mean, so Juwan Jennings is out, right? Kittle's not playing. All these guys are not playing for San Francisco again. Is that right?
Is Jennings actually out? I can't remember if it's Jennings or Pearsall that's still questionable.
Who is?
It's Jennings.
Jennings is still questionable?
Yeah. Pearsall's out.
Brock Purdy's out. But, Pearsall's out. So Jennings questionable.
Yeah. I think it's still Worthy. Regardless, like even if, I mean, he's kind of in the same situation, right? Where his main competition is still not playing. Like he's obviously Mahomes is a go-to guy in a game that we think is, potential shootout against Detroit. Mm-hmm. So I think it's Worthy either way.
Yeah, I think I'd go Worthy too. I think I'd go Worthy as well. And then we got Steelers or Packers defense. Packers play Cincy. And then I think we had this one before, but I think I was actually fine with the Steelers against Cleveland. I think they both have good matchups. They're both at home. I don't know if there's any weather. I know it's kind of that time of year where we got to start looking at the weather a little bit. Green Bay looks like it's going to be just a little cold, but nothing too crazy tomorrow. And then, like that Great Lake area, you really got to follow the weather. So then Pittsburgh, let's see here. It's not in Cleveland. Cleveland has the shit weather. Pittsburgh, it looks pretty nice. So I think I would just go Pittsburgh just in case, like, Flacco kind of puts it together a little bit and, he just, Jamar Chase takes over, T. Higgins take over type of thing. So, I'd be a little bit more afraid of that. So
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, Steelers.
Last time we saw the Packers play, they gave up 40 points. So, I mean, Dak is on a different level than Flacco, but still. Traded Walker and RJ Harvey, got Genty. Yeah, you won that trade.
Yeah, I love it.
Yep. I also still have Bucky, Rashad. So you have the Bucks guys, Pollard, Travion. Yeah, I mean, so you'll be starting like Genty and then the Buccaneers guys, maybe flexing Pollard, as of now, and we'll see what happens with Travion. Yeah, that's a great trade for you. I mean, both those guys' usage are at the point where it's like it's really hard to rely on them. I mean, Kenneth Walker, we know can be pretty efficient and explosive, but like, he's still not really getting that many touches to where we can kind of consistent. Like we're going to have up and down games with him unless he starts to get a little bit more of the workload, which I hope he does, but kind of haven't seen that yet. So no, that's a great trade for you.
Yeah, definitely.
What's up, Marvin? He says rank in order and preference in win now, so the dynasty. But also be the best. But also want to be the best on the block. So wait, you want to?
I don't think he's talking about the trade block. I think he's just saying I want to dominate. That's why I'm taking it anyways.
Chase, Myers, and Judy are underperforming. Can I get anything for the last two rank in order? Marks, Debo, or 203? I have 26, 203, and Marks. I want Debo. Marks and a 26 third for Debo and a 27 third to a tanking team. I'm not sure what we're ranking exactly, but
so he said he can't get anything for the last two. So he can't get anything from Myers or Judy.
Mm-hmm.
Rank in order, Marks or Debo. So I think he's asking about trading for these guys. I mean, it's got to be Debo. I mean, granted, I guess the age is a factor, but if you're in win,
he said there's a tanking. He says there's a tanking team. So for the tanking team, I would probably take the Marks in the 26th third. If that's like the only thing I could get for Debo, I would want to try and I think get a little bit more for Debo. But like if that's all I could get, I guess I'm okay with that. I mean, where are we at with Debo at this point?
And a 27 third. Oh wait, he's getting a 27 third back.
Yeah.
Or the tanking team has to throw in a 27 third. I mean, I think that's fine. The tanking team, I don't want to throw in the third also. Like, I think Marks in the third is probably not too far off for Debo.
Yeah, I feel like I'd want a little bit more for Debo. I mean,
yeah, I agree with that, but I don't think it's like crazy far off. What do you think? Marks in a second would be more fair.
Yeah, I mean, Debo has been really good this year. I mean, we haven't heard anything from is like McLaurin going to come back yet. I mean, I know there's some things in the news and stuff, but like
I thought he was kind of close even last week, or at least, well, he's doubtful for this week. He misses practice again.
I mean, Debo's been awesome this year. Wide receiver 7. He has 3 games over 20 PPR points. He's basically has like 1 down game and 4 really good games, like all 17 or more. 17.4, 22.6, 20.1, 23.6, and then a 5-point game. And like, he's 29 years old. He'll be 30 next year. Like he could still have another year or 2 in him. So like, I don't know. I feel like I'd want, even if I'm tanking and I have Debo, like I don't mind still holding and seeing if I can get a little bit more, like that third turning into a second, or maybe like a first round pick if Debo keeps this up and a team in late November adds him to their championship run or something.
Yeah, people are assholes sometimes when it comes to that, right? Like they're like, I'm never going to give up a first for Debo. And it's like, well, just given the age and stuff, but it's like, look at the production. And if you're really serious about win now, you should, especially as we get closer to actual playoffs. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You might only end up being able to get 2 seconds for him. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe hold.
Yeah. Again, if it was like Marks and a third just for Debo, I don't mind it. If it was Marks in a second, I would take it.
I think he's the one getting Debo, right?
I'm not even sure, to be honest.
I mean,
he's in win now. Yeah, he's in win now.
Yeah, so I think if he's the one getting Debo and you can get that deal done, then yeah. And hopefully the tanking team's not watching this.
Yeah.
Because we just told them.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. What's up, down with fun? Bench 1, Myers, Judy, or Ridley, waiting on Coker and Rice to be back. So who we bench in between Myers, Judy, and Ridley?
I mean, it's got to be either Judy or Ridley, right? Like you're starting Myers. I know he hasn't been good for the last 3 weeks, but we know what the role is. Hopefully the Raiders can get it together. I mean, they're playing Tennessee, so maybe just Ashton Genty like wins the game by himself, like it's a 1-on-11 situation. I guess it's Ridley because we've seen life from him finally, and
yeah, I'm probably benching Judy.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen anything from him, right? So
nothing.
It's not pretty, but if this is your situation, bench Judy.
No, he's been bad all year, and we thought maybe with Tillman out and a new quarterback, is that going to bring something? No, I don't know. Dylan Gabriel against the Steelers. If the Steelers defense is back, I don't love it. So, yeah, I'm just going to go and bench Judy and start Ridley and Myers. Are you ready for the Terrell Jennings breakout? Yep. I mean, he's Patriots running back. He's going to probably, I guess, be called up and for the Antonio Gibson injury and stuff. So, I hope it's Travion Henderson.
Well, I was just gonna say, I didn't know you can break out on the practice squad, but
yeah, he was there last year. Yeah. Okay. So he was elevated in week 6 last year. But man, if Terrell Jennings breaks out before Travion Henderson, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to quit fantasy. I'm going to quit fantasy football. I'll still make the podcast, but I'm not going to play anymore. In the middle of the season, I'm just going to delete all the leagues. No, but definitely, these are the guys you want to stash. They're out there on your waiver wire if you play in deeper leagues. Go and stash them. You never know. You really never know. Flexing Olave now, but I'd love Travion to take over so I can have him as my flex, or at least have a hard decision to make. Yeah. I mean, you have a pretty nice luxury there of you have Olave in there until Travion breaks out. If he breaks out, type of thing. Olave is fine as a flex. He's been a top 24 receiver. He's been very, very consistent with his floor. Maybe he doesn't have much of a ceiling, but that's okay.
Yeah, you're stoked. Well, I was going to say you're stoked if you get a touchdown, but that was 2 weeks ago, and it was 3 catches for 20 yards and a touchdown, so not stoked. But, obviously great floor, very involved. So you're happy flexing Olave.
Yeah. Akshay, start 2 wide receivers, 1 flex full PPR. Waddle, Tet, Flowers, BTJ, Rashad White, Judkins, Diggs. Man, these teams where you just have all these players. I love and I hate these teams at the same time, where it's just who do I go with? We'll start with the
Waddle's easy.
Yeah, Waddle's easy. I would probably go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say it's probably Diggs, right? No Lamar for Flowers. I know Carolina's matchup is pretty.
Yeah, I was going to say Tetaroa against Dallas, I think.
Yeah.
I think I would lean that way.
Yeah, I think it's kind of been, I don't know. You're not going hot hand approach. I mean, it's between Diggs
and
Tetaroa. Sorry. It sucks that you can only flex one of White or Judkins, though.
Yeah, with Diggs, I don't mind if you wanted to go with Diggs in the hot hand. He still is. His snap share is not great, so that's something to keep in mind. It hasn't mattered it hasn't mattered the last 2 weeks, but was that the reason? The first 3 weeks he wasn't that good. Are we going to get kind of inconsistencies because he's playing? Last 2 weeks he's basically playing about 55% of the snaps, which is generally for a wide receiver. Is you either have to be you basically have to be explosive, and Diggs has been doing it more with volume, a little bit of 6 for 101 is kind of explosive, but 10 catches is normally not what you see when a guy plays 50% of the snaps. That means he's just being targeted a lot. Now he was playing Buffalo. Is that something to do with it? I would still go Tetaroa, but I don't mind the Diggs start there. It's one of those two. No Flowers, no BTJ for sure. It's for sure Waddle, and then either Tetaroa or Diggs, whoever you have a stronger feel towards. We're split here. I don't mind either way. So then it's Rashad White versus Judkins probably for the flex. I think I go White.
Yeah, I mean, it's him and Igbuka, right? Like last man standing kind of a thing with Godwin, Evans, Bucky all out.
Mm-hmm.
So sad, but at least they're playing the Niners, who also don't have a team, so it'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah. I'm just I am worried about like it's always going to be a worry for me with Judkins and just the Browns and Dylan Gabriel and their offense isn't great and just like having a game where they just do nothing on offense hasn't really affected Judkins at all because their defense keeps them in games. And they can run the ball and give him, even though they're going to lose a bunch of games, they can still give him 25 touches. But I'm going to go White.
I mean, we saw them do nothing against Green Bay. I mean, that game ended 13-10, right? And he still rushed for 94 yards and a touchdown.
It's not even do nothing. It's more like be in a game script where they can't really run the ball, and they haven't really been in that at all. Even the Lions game, we talked about this. It was 20.
It kind of got out of hand later.
Yeah, it was 20-10 heading into the fourth. So it was still a two-possession game. So I just worried about it. I don't know if this is going to be the week against the Steelers and stuff like that, but just kind of that negative game script for the Browns. So, anyways, I'll go White. I just like the offense better. I think he's probably going to catch the ball more in his PPR, and I like the matchup more. I guess I don't know. It's the 49ers, but I think we're still kind of early on what are the 49ers without some of their pieces that they're missing. So yeah, is it worth stashing Jaden Blue now that Miles Sanders is out for the year? I missed the Miles Sanders out for the year thing, but
yeah, I looked that up as when he said that. I'm like, oh yeah, this was yesterday, season-ending knee procedure. So,
yep, 100% is. Is he going to do anything? I don't know. He's definitely not taking over the job from Javonte, so we can kind of rule that out. So we probably need an injury. Do they still have Phil Maffa on the no, he's on the injured reserve as well.
Hunter Lepke.
Lukey's more of like a fullback.
Yeah. I mean, definitely worth a stash at the end of your bench, but I mean, one thing to kind of consider, and granted, dude's a rookie, and Miles Sanders was a professional running back, but it's like if Miles Sanders is keeping you off the field, how good can you possibly be? No, but I think that's more, he's a rookie, he's starting. Yeah, so definitely worth the stash. They have nothing else going on, so.
Yeah. Phil Maffa, I'm looking up his injury. It says it's not considered season ending for him. So I just don't know, like with him starting on IR, that's tough. He's a rookie as well. Tough for a rookie to really do anything. So, for him to come back mid-season. But, he's someone to keep an eye on more for Dynasty if he's out there. I don't think he is. But Malik Davis is on their practice squad. I know he's been on their team for a while and active roster at times. So he's there. They may bring him up if they're going to roll with four running backs. I don't know if they will, but I don't think they have been. I think it's been Sanders, Javonte, and Lubke. Yeah, he's more of a fullback, but yeah, I mean, if you have the space, sure, worth a stash. I mean, he's kind of the handcuff as of right now to Javonte, so treat him like maybe most other handcuffs. He's a little bit more of a wild card, but yeah,
not as much of a sure thing for sure. Like, and not a must roster. Like, nice if you have the spot.
Yeah,
definitely in Dynasty, he needs to be on a roster because I'm assuming deeper, but redraft it's a little harder sometimes with 6 bench spots or so.
Yeah. What's up with Hubbard?
He's out.
Yeah, he's out. I mean,
no,
he's gonna miss. He's gonna miss this week. I kind of how I think it's gonna roll. Like I don't think Dowdle's gonna just replace Hubbard, and Hubbard's gonna be like the RB2. it's very possible we get a game and Dowdle looks terrible this week. Like, even though he just ran for 200 yards, I know it sounds crazy, but we get these things that happen all the time. I think at worst you're going to get more of a 50-50 split with Dowdle and Hubbard, which is going to suck, but I think it could still be good. I don't know. I still think Hubbard can be a low end RB2 when he comes back. Personally, that's kind of how I would be viewing him. Now, that could be wrong, and can you trade him for a wide receiver? Depends on who you're getting, of course. So
yeah,
Hubbard or Debo is easily Debo.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hubbard or
Yeah.
Debo. I mean, it's got to be. Did he mean Rico or Debo this week? I don't know.
No, he meant like who would you rather have?
Yeah. No, if you could get Debo for Hubbard, like yeah, you do that. Like Debo's what, wide receiver 7? You said, is that what you said?
Wide receiver 7.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's doing that, but if you can get it. I think as far as trading Hubbard for a wide receiver, your best bet, or like the easiest way to probably get that done, is target the person who has Rico Dowdle and be like, hey, this way we'll have the Carolina backfield when Hubbard comes back next week. You do have to say that when he comes back next week, even though you don't know that he's coming back next week. But you're definitely going to be selling low, like. So
yeah, absolutely.
It's probably going to have to be a guy like Stephon Diggs or something that we've seen a couple of good games from, but people drafted extremely late and hasn't done much until the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah. Trying to think who else that could be.
Yeah, I don't know. Just for some reason. Well, not some reason. We were just talking about Diggs, and it's like, yeah, that's probably about the caliber of guy you can get.
Nice trade. You got Travis Hunter for Flacco. Yeah, I mean redraft. I got to throw that out there. Was it redraft? Super flex. Yeah, that's kind of what the reason I put a huge bid on Flacco is, because I wanted to like trade one of my quarterbacks for a piece in that listener El Dorado league. I couldn't really get much more. I was trying to get a little bit better of a piece than Hunter, but also at the same time, it's a start. Is it 11 or 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Start 11. So Hunter is going to be a piece that you're starting consistently, even though he's not doing well. And I think there's upside.
Yeah.
So
I don't mind it. Marvin, I spent all my fab too early. Don't worry, I'm in that situation. You know what? Something I wanted to bring up last week, which I thought was kind of funny. Have you ever heard of like the concept of dropping a grenade onto the waiver wire? Like you drop a guy where you're like, oh, someone's gonna like bid on this guy, and I'm not starting him, and it's gonna like someone's gonna add him and probably start him and just be like shitty. You ever heard that before?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So last week I thought this was kind of funny. I think it was Rip Lips who dropped Cooper Rush right before. I don't know if this was his thought process. I don't know if he's on here to like tell us, but Rip Lips dropped Cooper Rush like Saturday. And I think he actually drafted him like in like, the 30th round or something like that. I could be wrong about that. He could have just picked him up off waivers definitely well before last week. And I was like, wait a second, Cooper Rush is going to start like this, this week and probably next. Why is he there? And then I was like, well, everyone's going to bid on him because people need quarterbacks. And so I spent all the rest of my fab and no one else bid. Did you even notice all that happen?
I did notice that he got dropped. I didn't notice about the not bidding stuff. So
yeah, no one else bid on him, and I spent I think $390 of my $1,000, which is all I had left. And I was like, oh, I guess I could have got him for 0. But I wasn't gonna start him either.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I just thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, it's always frustrating when that happens. Like when you like put a huge bid on someone, and like Kamani Vidal was like most of my leagues he went for like nothing. It's kind of crazy. Like he didn't. I don't know. I expected him to go for a lot more and stuff. But yeah, when you like blow all your fab and it's gone. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the way, I don't know if I've ever said this on the show. I've definitely said it to you before, and I've kind of given this advice to other people. The way I do fab, it's basically like, okay, I think this guy's worth, X dollars, $20 out of 100. And it's like, well, how pissed will I be if someone bids $21 and gets them? And then it's like, okay, if I'm going to be very pissed, then that means I need to bid $21 and then just keep working your way up. I don't do it individual dollars, but that's kind of the thought process, right? Like,
yeah.
How upset are you going to be if someone outbids you by $1 or $10 or whatever in $1,000 league?
Yeah, no, it's fun for the whole fab stuff behind the strategy behind it. It's a lot of fun for sure. This league is redraft. This league in redraft is interesting. In week 2, I dropped Goff for Daniel Jones. Don't regret it. Yeah, you did that in our redraft league, Marvin, or a different one? I don't think you.
It can't be our redraft because we're super flex.
Yeah, I don't think you would have done
that. You wouldn't
that.
be dropping Goff. Jones wouldn't be available.
Even though we invest draft picks into them. If there's a week for BTJ to finally have a really good game, it's got to be with this week. No Strange, and the Seahawks secondary is really banged up. They'll just throw the ball to like Hunter Long or Johnny Munt or something, because that makes sense for those guys to get 10 targets and not BTJ. I mean, at the very least, we saw something from BTJ and he didn't totally bust. I mean, how many times has he actually like completely busted? I feel like it's not much, right?
I don't even know. Well, I mean, 2 for 55. Like, it's not a complete bust in PPR, but that's about as close as you can get.
Yeah, I mean, 1 for 11, 20 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, I was going to say he ran for a touchdown.
Yeah, so he isn't like completely busted. I guess PPR, I don't know what you would consider a complete bust in PPR, under 8 points.
Yeah, I guess it's borderline. Like, I mean, it's arguable, like, especially like where you drafted him, obviously. Like, so.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's been a huge disappointment for sure. But I mean, I think was last week his first double-digit point game.
I mean, he had 5 for 49. I don't know why.
And then 7 yards rushing.
Yeah. I hate that Sleeper doesn't have rushing yards right here next to receiving yards for wide receivers. It's like, come on.
Yeah. So back-to-back double-digit point games for him. So I don't know. I'm not holding my breath. Like, they're winning is the thing. What are they, 4-1? So like they're doing whatever they're doing is working, I guess. So
I think during the game, maybe I got this wrong, but I swear it said like last season they were talking about the defensive side of the ball for the Jags, like during the game last week. And I could have this wrong. Maybe you can look this up really easily, or we could just move past it. But I thought they said like they only had like 5 takeaways last year, and they have 14 already this year.
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah,
like it's just like what? Like
I don't know if it literally was that
what's
drastic. I thought it was like they had the same amount as last year.
Maybe
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll look it up because I'm kind of curious now.
Yeah. Yeah, I did hear something like that. I thought it was like they already like tied or beat it. I don't know if it was they beat it that drastically or something. I guess you can probably easily look that up.
Yeah, you can go ahead and move on to the next question.
Hubbard. Okay, we talked about Hubbard or Debo. I would take Debo pretty easily, and I don't think it's that fair. I mean, if you can get it, go for it. I don't think it's that fair though. Maffa over Blue. Yeah, we'll see about that. Who's more worth stashing, Blue or Davis at the Jets? Davis. Isaiah Davis? You said at the Jets. That threw me off. So he's on the Jets. Maybe is that what you meant to say, KB football?
Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis is even on the team.
I don't know. I thought he was. I thought he went back to Buffalo or something, didn't he? And then got cut. I don't know. He is on Buffalo, and he's on the practice squad injured list. Oh, that was a month ago. So now he's probably not on the team.
It still says he's on the team. Well, Wikipedia does, and usually that's pretty up to date.
What does Gemini say?
Yeah, screw that.
They were telling me Nick Bosa was on the Chargers this year when I was looking at defensive stats, making my picks, and I was like, "Well, okay, that's wrong in multiple ways."
I would go with Isaiah Davis. I believe more in him. Like if something were to happen to Javonte, I'm not convinced it's just all going to go to Jaden Blue, and they don't bring someone in. They don't bring up, Phil Maffa's back or Malik Davis, or they sign someone like a Dalvin Cook or something. Some guy like that who's out there, trade for someone. So I think Isaiah Davis he can be a 3-down back if he had to be. So they're both handcuffs. I think I would go with Davis there as the stash. I mean, if you have Javonte, maybe go Blue, or if you have Breece Hall, it's an easy Davis. But yeah, that's probably who I would go with. But both kind of very equal in that sense. I just think I would go with Davis. If I could trade Dylan Gabriel as my super flex QB3 for Jalen Warren, would you? I have Dart and Love as my QBs. Don't know if I should keep 3 quarterbacks or add another good running back. I mean, generally you need 3 quarterbacks in super flex, but I don't know if you can make that case with Dylan Gabriel is your QB3. Like you might be better off just like starting someone else. Jalen Warren. Yeah. How are we feeling about Jalen Warren? I mean, are we worried that Kenneth Gainwell is kind of going to take part of his workload and stuff now that he was amazing last time we saw him?
I don't know if I'm he could take part of his workload, but obviously we'll see this week. I mean, Warren might be pushed to the passing downs back. I don't know.
So
I don't necessarily think you lose your job after. I mean, they just paid Warren too, right? Like they obviously like him, and Rodgers likes him to a certain extent. So I don't think he's going to just lose a ton of work.
So Gainwell to start the year, like the Gainwell-Warren split was kind of like 50-50. Gainwell played 53.6 and 41.9% of the snaps. And then week 3, Warren kind of took over. He played like almost 80% of the snaps. Gainwell was at 25. I could see it going back to like week 1 and 2, where it's like 50-50. I think, again, that's probably if I had to guess, that's what's going to happen. So that will hurt Warren. I mean, Warren was still solid in those games, like week 1 and week 2. I mean, in terms of his usage, was still solid. He had 11 for 37, 2 catches for 22 and a touchdown, 14 for 48, 4 catches for 86, and then his big game or his big usage game. So he was still like a usable good piece. So I don't mind that trade. I feel a little bit uneasy not having a QB3 in Superflex, not necessarily just to start him, but also like what happens if Dart gets hurt, which is very possible considering how he plays, or Love gets hurt, then you're down to 1 quarterback. So if you can think you can get another QB3 somehow on the waiver wire or a trade, then okay. But I might want to just man, it's just so even what Dylan Gabriel did last week, right? So Dylan Gabriel last week gave you 190. So he basically gave you 7 points, passing yards plus 2 touchdowns. So that's 15 4-point per passing touchdown points. You're happy when one of your skill position players gives you 15 points, right? And he just did that by not really having a great game. That's why quarterbacks are so easy to start in Superflex, even the ones that are down like that. So we do have a super chat here from Tyler. Appreciate you, Tyler. If you guys do want to support us or get your question pushed to the top of the queue, you can super chat down there. Tyler says Taylor or Tungus. So Mason Taylor.
Not Jonathan.
Not Jonathan Taylor. I would go Mason Taylor. I like his usage the last 2 weeks. I don't know. Where are you leaning here now that I think about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little tough, but they both. I'm just thinking if Pearsall misses, I don't know. It's close. It's close either way, I think. I mean, Jets are playing Denver. Who's gonna get? Is Garrett Wilson gonna get sauced? Or no, sorry, sauce. I just got Jets on the mind, I guess. Is he gonna get Surtand?
Yeah,
probably. So maybe that opens things up a little for Mr. Taylor there. But I mean,
I think I go Mason Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it for a couple of weeks. Tungus has been he was really good even 2 weeks ago, but the usage wasn't quite as involved. But some of the receivers were there. I mean, if Pearsall and Jennings are both, if Jennings is going to miss, do you just go Tungus or you're still going Taylor?
So who 2 weeks ago, who played? So Pearsall was out there.
I thought both of
Jennings
them were.
was out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if Jennings is out, I don't mind Tungus. And then if he plays, you can pivot to Mason Taylor. I like them both. Yeah, I might just go Tungus, actually. Just thinking of the game script and stuff, against Tampa Bay, easily could be a shoot. I mean, which one's more likely to be a shootout, right? Tungus versus San Francisco versus Tampa Bay or the Jets versus Denver. It's pretty easy.
Yeah. Two good defenses.
Tampa.
And then in the Denver Jets game. So, yeah, I think that's not a bad tiebreaker. I'm kind of interested in the next part of the question, Dobbs or Kendrick Bourne. If that's a wide receiver slot or not. If that's a flex, would you just flex the other tight end that you're not starting?
No, I don't think so. I think I'll go Bourne here if Jennings is out. Dobbs, if it's the same team and Jennings is playing, I'd probably go Dobbs and Tungus and not invest too heavily into San Francisco, I guess.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I think I would do the same. If Jennings is out, it's Bourne. If Jennings is in, then it's Dobbs. And if this is the same team, honestly, I think I would just flex the other tight end if this is a flex position and not a wide receiver spot.
Yeah. I mean, just because Jennings plays doesn't mean Kendrick Bourne can't be good either. So, I still like Kendrick Bourne.
Yes,
even if Jennings plays. We've seen Kendrick Bourne be a good receiver at times. He's had stretches in his career. He has a little bit of chemistry, and he played with Mac Jones in New England when Mac Jones had his.
That's true. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah. So, and I think that was Mac Jones's first year, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was Mac Jones's rookie year, and Kendrick Bourne had a good year, 55 for 805. So, I don't know. I actually think I'll go Bourne and over Dobbs, I think. Either way, even if Jennings plays, I think I'll just go Bourne just for the possible shootout. So Dobbs is like fine, but like if you're not getting touchdowns, I think you're going to be very disappointed. We haven't seen a game without touchdowns for Dobbs, right? Like that has been good. We have seen that for Bourne. If he didn't, even if he didn't score a touchdown last week. So, yeah, I think I'll go Bourne over Dobbs. Hopefully that helps, Tyler. Appreciate you. He does say it's a wide receiver slot. If I do Dobbs, I would have 3 Packers. Bourne 2 49ers. Yeah, I'm good with Bourne, and the tight ends is kind of a toss up for me. I think I lean Tungus just because of the matchup. But if Jennings plays, I'm fine pivoting to Taylor. If Jennings is out, I'm fine starting Bourne and Tungus. I think that's how I would go. And Brian, you are.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I like your thought process on the tight ends. I was just looking at how much do you take into account matchups for tight ends? Like I know we've kind of talked about that before. It kind of really depends on who. Like you kind of have to dig a little deeper on it, right? Like you have to see what tight ends the other team played, and that can take you a little while. Like it's not like buried information.
What are the what matchups are you looking at?
Well, I'm just looking at the Bucks being 22nd against tight ends.
That's going to be heavy on. I know Barner had 2 touchdowns last week.
Yeah.
So they played Pitts, Schultz, Mason Taylor, Goddard, and Barner. So a pretty good tight end schedule there. Pitts, Goddard, Barner had a big game on him. Mason Taylor, it was early in the season.
And that's the thing too. Tight ends are so touchdown dependent in general. Like all it really takes to skew the stats is like, oh, maybe the tight ends weren't actually good, but they got lucky with a touchdown.
Yeah.
I was just wondering like what your thought on that was. Like, I mean, Broncos are tied at 8th for points allowed to tight ends, but
like again, most points allowed?
Least. But I mean, the difference is literally 3 points between 8 and 22nd, so.
Which is pretty significant, though, for a tight end. Like, where does that put you on the tight end points per game range, Yeah, I do look at it. I think also if it makes sense, like if you told me Denver was 8th in giving up the most points, I was like, yeah, that makes sense because they avoid Surtain and stuff like that, and wide receivers have worse games, and so tight ends, stuff like that. So,
Denver had to play that good of tight ends, though. They played Warren in week 2. I mean, it was Tennessee and Indy. So, God, why am I blanking on his name? Okonkwo. So it was Okonkwo, Warren, whoever the hell the Chargers are playing now. Like I feel like that's like all over the place. Yeah. And then Gesicki and Goddard. So,
whoa! Noah Fant. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. Will Disley.
Yeah. So hopefully that helps, Tyler. Let us know if that made sense.
I'm kind of curious who the 3 Packers are now too. I'm assuming Josh Jacobs and maybe Tucker Kraft or Jordan Love. I don't know.
I assume he wouldn't be
the Packers receivers. You're not starting Golden.
No, maybe Love. The Citizen says he traded Worthy and Chubb for Lamb. So week 7, who do I start? Pick 3 in PPR. So week 7. So you're looking ahead. I mean, obviously Nakua and CD. You kind of see how week 6 goes. I think if Johnston kind of has another downish game and Metcalf is kind of doing what he's been doing, which has been, solid. I know he had the big game last time we saw him. He had one big catch, I don't know, you can't take that away from him, but he went 4 for basically 40 46 in the rest of the game, besides that one big catch. So he's not going to get 80-yard touchdowns all the time, although he's definitely capable of it, but he has been getting touchdowns. Anyways, kind of see how week 6 goes, and I think that's when you make your decision.
Yeah, maybe you don't have to make the decision because Lamb's not back.
True. Hopefully he is. Dropped 900 on Browning. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I saw someone pick up, who was it? Like Trevor Simeon or Mike White or something, and then they got cut and Flacco came in or something. So Dobbs are born. We talked about there. Tyler. Taylor or Turpin? I'll go Mason Taylor. I like Cavante, unless you get kick return stuff. He's also questionable. I don't know if he got ruled in or out, but I'll go Mason Taylor there.
Yeah.
Browning, not Purdy 2.0. I got Konami for free. You mean Kamani Vidal? Or
Yeah, he must.
Yeah, it must be Kamani Vidal.
Text
Yeah, it was weird.
Or speech to text or whatever.
It was weird, like that he didn't really go for much. I was kind of surprised by that. I can sense my team making a comeback in our listener league. Yeah, I'm kind of in I don't know, a little bit of no man's land, like right in the middle there. I think I'm technically, I'm in 9th place. So
it's really tight though. It's very
is.
tight. Like, I'm in 3rd place and I'm only 2 games ahead of you. I mean, granted, I've outscored you by like 150.
I mean, you're only 3 games ahead of last place.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all very tight, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Did I have a good start?
And of course, I played against Jackson Dart. Son of a bitch.
I started Hurts and I played against Wandale. So not great there. Flex BTJ, Myers, or Montgomery?
Who are the Lions playing? The Chiefs, right? Format for this should matter.
Assume it's PPR.
I mean, if it's PPR, it's probably Myers, and if it's half or non, it's Montgomery.
Yeah, half and non is Montgomery.
PPR, you going Myers?
I might just go BTJ. I mean, BTJ's been better than Myers the last 2 weeks, right? And we definitely think he has more upside, I would say.
Debatable. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, he's kind of been better than him the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I think I'll just go BTJ over Myers in PPR. Okay. Myers against Titans look solid. BTJ and Montgomery do as well. Yeah. I think PPR, I'll go BTJ. Half and non, I'll go Monty. Will JSN be a first rounder next year? Without really knowing.
Probably at the turn, or I mean, yeah, I think it's definitely possible. Like if the season ended right now. Yes.
I mean, JT, JT, Gibbs, Bijan,
Chase and Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, maybe. Well, not maybe, but most likely.
Puka.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's close.
Yeah. I mean, if he keeps it up, I could definitely
Tyler
see it.
Warren. No.
I mean, you have, what do we do with McCaffrey and Saquon? I don't think Saquon will be. McCaffrey, it's going to be tough, but it's also going to be tough to not have him close to there. James Cook, I don't think he'll ever get into the first round, but Achane, Marion Hampton, guys like that, Genty. Yeah, it will be close. 1-2 turn at the worst, I think. So, is Pittman worth a late first? The team is desperate at running back, but if I trade, my RB3 is Sharp and Marks.
Wait, what does it have to do with Wait, Pittman's a wide receiver.
Is Pittman a late
his team.
first?
Okay. Wait a second.
Yeah, I don't understand the RB3 Sharman Marks thing there.
Yeah. A little confused. His next question is, should he trade Montgomery? Oh, for Pittman. Wait,
Trade Montgomery for Pittman.
But if you're desperate at running back, no.
I mean, I'd take Pittman over Montgomery in Dynasty. So, like, I mean, I might take him straight up this year, like in redraft or something. And then in Dynasty, I think I'd easily take Pittman over Montgomery.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to like parse this out. Sorry.
I mean, I would take Pittman for Montgomery. Is Pittman worth a late first? I probably wouldn't trade him for much less than that. But I don't know if you're going to get that for him.
2 seconds. That's always the next thing, right? Late first or 2 seconds.
Again, like where are those seconds? Are they truly random? Probably
205,
not.
206.
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean, Pittman's been good this year. The only concern we ever had with Pittman was just like the offense, right? I don't think we were ever really concerned about Pittman. I don't think we're getting better than we thought for Pittman. Well, for sure better than we thought, obviously, but like better than like best case scenario for Pittman, I would say as well. Like our best case scenario was like, yeah, he's like a low end wide receiver too, right? He's more of a high end wide receiver too. And, again, the only concerns for him were the offense. Like he had some good years several years ago. He was wide receiver 20 in 2023. 2022. 2021, he had his breakout. He's wide receiver 13 in 2023. So, like, yeah, I don't think I'm doing that.
What surprises me most about Pittman is how good he's doing on less catches. Like that's a little shocking. Like he's getting touchdowns instead of like, not that he's not involved, but he's basically averaging 5 catches a game, where I would have put the number probably closer to like the line would have been like 6.5 or something for me. I would have thought closer to 7 than 5, but whatever, it's working.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not even necessarily having, like you said, like a big yardage thing either. Like he's not a big explosive guy. It really is touchdowns, which is a little scary.
Yeah.
Would like to see a little bit more like big catch game, big yardage games, but I don't know. Like another trade Woody Marks for Pittman. I'm easy Pittman, like dynasty redraft, whatever. Like give me Pittman. So yeah, I mean, if I had Pittman, I don't think I'm giving him up for those 2 seconds if they're mid seconds. Early and a mid second, yeah, we're in the conversation. 2 seconds and someone like a Besh for the Raiders, or some kind of like second, third round pick in rookie drafts at wide receiver this year that like I can see developing into something. Sure, stuff like that. Wide receiver slot, Waller or Fannin Jr. I think it's Waller.
Yeah. Jonnu Smith 2.0.
Jonnu Smith 2.0. Yeah. I mean, when he had his big game 2 weeks ago, my one hesitation was, well, is he going to be this 30%, 40% snap share guy, or is he going to bump up? And he bumped up.
Yeah, they worked him in.
Yeah, so they worked him in, and he got up to almost 60%. So, yeah, I mean, it's Waller at this point. Fannin hasn't been great lately, right? I know Joku had a big game last week with Dylan Gabriel. Fannin, yeah, he's been kind of tough. I know he caught a touchdown last week, but he hasn't really been great since the first couple of weeks. So Alvin Kamara for Horton, Mason Taylor, and a 20. Okay, Alvin Kamara for Horton, Mason Taylor, and a 27 second. If you're competing, do you pay that?
I don't think so. I think you should be able to get something a little better than Alvin Kamara, even just for Taylor and the 27 second. Don't you think? Like, I mean, maybe people are always hesitant to trade for tight ends and non-tight end premium. You know, it's like, because we've all been there and done that. Like, as far as like, you know, guys can have like a hot streak and stuff. But I mean, the dude's a rookie on a team with no target competition outside of the running back and the wide receiver one. So, I mean, and that was kind of like what Mason Taylor's appeal was. Granted, like where he was drafted too. Like, that was part of his appeal going to the Jets. And we're starting to see that play out a little bit. So I don't know. If I'm competing, I don't think I'm paying that. Like, I think I'd aim a little higher than Kamara. What do you think?
Yeah. League format might depend a little bit. Like, I think in our listener leagues, like Kamara, you know, he's been wide receiver. He's been a low end RB2. It's pretty valuable in a 12 team start 12, finding a low end RB2, you know, to plug in. Like, again, like you just look at some of these teams that are winning in these leagues, and like, who are they starting this week? They're starting, you know, guys like that's not a good example. Trying to look at some of these like top teams and who they're playing. You know, Harold Fannin is in here, and I don't know. I can't find a good specific example here. You know, guys like Cooper Kupp are starters, and Wandale, I know he had a big game, but like, and stuff like that are starters. So if it's a shallower league, I don't love it. I like the future of Horton and Mason Taylor, both those players, and then the 27 seconds. So yeah, deeper league, I'm okay with it though.
I think they're great targets for a rebuilding team, and I do think that they're good trade pieces for a competing team. Like, I agree with both those things, but I just don't know if I'm giving up all of that for Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. All right, we got just a few more minutes, so let's get through these. We have Breece Hall, Chase Brown, Michael Carter, or Hassan Haskins. Standard league, it's Breece Hall. Breece by far has the highest projection, but I think it's misleading. The Broncos might kill their entire offense. Yeah, they might. I still go Breece Hall, though.
Yeah, I think you might be overthinking it a little bit by not starting him. It could blow up in your face, you know, but
yeah, I mean, those other guys are just not good enough. Like, Chase Brown has just as bad of a matchup on a worse offense. Michael Carter is probably the other one maybe I would go with, but I don't feel comfortable with that. Hassan Haskins, we have no idea what the role is, so it's pretty easily Breece Hall there. And you're right, the Broncos might kill their offense, but
yeah.
Send me offers for Dowd.
Hey, no advertising on the podcast.
Fourth round pick. Myers against Tennessee may be a good. Okay, we talked about that. Trade Woody Marks for Pittman. We talked about that. Jake Tungus or Njoku standard. So who has a better touchdown opportunity? I would say probably Tungus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would go with Tungus in standard. We do Dynasty. If you are interested, make sure to subscribe because we put out a lot of Dynasty content, especially in the off season. I always look forward to it. I might enjoy the off season more than the regular season, as crazy as that is. Join our Discord and subscribe, and we will maybe start up another Dynasty listener league. We will see. That's for the off season. How do you rank Knicks, Kyler, Daniel Jones?
I think that is the order. I mean, it'd be awesome to see Daniel Jones like come back from the dead and actually get like a contract after this year. Even with the Colts, you know.
What's his contract? Is it just 1 year?
I don't know that actually. I mean, I can't imagine they paid him very much, but and I think that's very, very realistic. If he keeps playing the way he is, like, why wouldn't you just pay him? Like, you're not paying Richardson yet. Speaking of Richardson, I was really hoping that he outscored Geno Smith last week, like just playing that little bit. He did not, but I was kind of, for some reason, that got into my head and I had to look it up because I was watching that Raider game. Anyways, but yeah, I think it is Knicks, Kyler, Daniel Jones. But easily you can put Daniel Jones ahead of Kyler if he gets that contract. But as of right now, I think that's the order.
So like people, Marvin saying Kyler's ass and he has the Jones over those guys rushing upside and stuff. I don't know, just like it's Knicks over Jones for me. I know a lot of people are going to put recency bias. They're going to put Jones over Kyler. And I'll just ask you this: did you have Daniel Jones over Kyler heading into the year, even when you knew Jones was the starter? I would doubt almost like no one did. And so, why do we love Jones now? Oh, he's reviving his career. Why don't we think Kyler, if he goes to a different team or has a different coach, can revive his career? We've seen it. Baker, Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, like we see these guys kind of revive their career. So I'm still going Kyler over Jones. And they're probably very close. Knicks has more recency bias. He only played 1 year. Yeah, I mean, but you can also make the argument like Daniel Jones has had 1.5 good years out of 7. Yeah, he has 5 years of experience, but like 5, this is his 7th year. 5 of the 6 previous years were bad, So
Yeah.
like it's experience, but it's bad experience. Like I think this, I don't know. I think Daniel Jones is obviously good in this offense.
Same
I
draft.
think he might be slightly. What's up?
Sorry, I was just saying same draft class. Kyler
Jones and Kyler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's kind of slightly playing higher than, like a little bit overachieving for fantasy. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still Kyler, and I sure if you want to go with Daniel Jones, that's fine too.
They play each other.
He was
this
on the
week.
Giants, bro. I understand he was on the Giants. I understand, but like we saw Geno revive his career, and then now Geno sucks. Like we got to be careful with these guys a little bit. I would say, just a little bit. So why can't Kyler revive his career, just like Daniel Jones did? So 1 second here. Sorry, I'm just sending a message. We're basically done. I just need to link this.
Yeah, no, I was just go ahead. Sorry.
Daniel Jones or Bo Nix rest of the season. I think I'll go DJ this season. So that offense is clicking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Geno was never. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, Bo Nix is not that far off from what he was last year. Sorry, I was reading the comment that you might not have got to yet, where he talked about Stroud.
Yeah, what about it?
Just that he kind of mentioned, like, Stroud got overinflated last year, or sorry, after his rookie year and regressed. Like Bo Nix isn't that far off from what he did last year. Like,
yeah, I think it's too early to like judge what this season is for.
I agree.
Knicks. So it's been 5 games. We've seen for fantasy, like we've seen probably 3 good ones. I don't know. I think it's just too early to judge it. I want to let it play out. He was ass the beginning of last year. I understand like people don't like Kyler and stuff. Geno was never good, but Geno, like where did Geno get in dynasty rankings? Like Geno got pretty high in dynasty rankings, and he had a good year in Seattle. So like Geno got as high as,
I'm gonna guess 16.
Computer would work. The computer is slowing down massively. He looks like he got top 17 or so.
Oh,
so he got to like QB 17 and stuff like that. So like people bought in to a certain extent. So and then he felt like, so what's our barometer for like Daniel Jones is not ass. Like he's had 5 good games this year. Like, okay, like let's just wait and see. We overreact a lot. And I'm not saying Daniel Jones can't be good. I'm just saying why can't Kyler revive his career? And are we just completely bought in on Daniel Jones from, even though we have 6 previous years of like his best year was kind of like, it was good because he rushed for 700 yards.
Yeah.
Like,
and
are we
if
just
you
going to
listen,
ignore all of that?
Yeah, I think those are all good points. And I think if you watched it looks like Bo Nix has sunburn on his picture on Sleeper, like his face is so red. No, but if you listen to us in the off season talking about quarterback rankings and stuff, like Bo Nix was kind of at the front of that giant blob of quarterbacks, and it was driven largely by age, what he did in his rookie season, and so like recency bias. It's like we never really necessarily thought he was like hands down better than all the other guys around him, but it was kind of like putting those guys in a specific order is tough. Like that's why tier-based rankings are better, kind of a thing.
Yeah. Keep sleeping on Daniel Jones. No, I like Daniel Jones like for what he is. I'm not trying to say he's going to regress or anything, but all I'm saying is I think I would still take Kyler over Daniel Jones. I don't know if I would do a 1-for-1 trade, but like if I got anything on top of Kyler, like if someone offered me a second in Kyler for Daniel Jones, I would take it. Like I'm kind of in that area right now. So, and I want to give it, I don't want to overreact too much to 5 games. Like I want to see things play out a little bit more and stuff like that. So I enjoy this. I do have to take off. And so I hope you guys, he just wants to play COD. Yeah, he does. He probably does. He did have a funny comment. And it was just like, I hope I'm like, they're talking about a new practice facility. He's like, hope I'm here to see it. Like, because it's opening like next year or something like that. I don't know. Like, even though Kyler's been absolute ass and Daniel Jones has been like amazing, like, let's check back in a month and see where these guys are, points per game and stuff like that. So I hope you guys join us like during the off season to have these type of conversations about Dynasty because I love it. So, but I do have to take off. But yeah, appreciate everyone. Hopefully we got to everyone's question. I think the question for him was like he has an offer. I have Kyler. I have an offer for Nix or Jones for him. I want to take Jones because then take Jones. I'm at that point where like if you like Jones more than Kyler, like go ahead. I don't know if I would make a 1-for-1 trade. I probably just keep who I have. Or, if I get a little bit more tagged on to one of those players, I'll pivot. So
yeah.
Anthony Richardson's a whole nother conversation. Like he's pretty bad, Yeah.
And I don't think it's necessarily fair to say Kyler has more either, like as far as offense.
You could make that argument. I mean, we consider McBride as a top 2 tight end and Marvin Harrison like a top 5 pick. So I don't know. Kyler Murray on waivers with the roster spot? Probably not. I don't know. Like it depends who your quarterback is. But I do have to take off, guys. Join us tomorrow. We can talk more Kyler versus Daniel Jones. And yeah, I appreciate everyone watching and the discourse, and I respect your guys' opinion. Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right. Bye, guys.